Just make sure if your neighbor's a Bronco or a Niner, open that side window just before my show starts, and I'll give them the business. Put butts in them. I almost poked myself in the eye with it. Put butts in them. Yeah, it exists. There's a patch, and it's about putting foots in them. So what's up, fam? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. Appreciate you all. They have this version now with this guy rapping all over it. And every time I try to turn it on, it only wants me to give me this version now with this guy rapping all over it. It's like, right, okay. I've only been using that song for like 10 years, but now all of a sudden, this is the only version they have. Often imitated, never duplicated. That fool with no hair that shouts like Ric Flair. You heard me. Well, I didn't really do it yet. Woo! What? Woo! The R8RBEAR! Alright already! Like it's someone else's fault. Alexa, hush! What's up, fam? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you all tuning in, as always, there for R8RBEAR. Hope you had a great day today. Now let me finish it with a great evening. Tradish! R8RBEAR Live. First comment. MVP tonight goes to that Moji making son of a gun, Mark Vargas. You know, Mark, you've had that middleweight title for a while. I think I'm going to offer you the opportunity to drop the middleweight title and take a shot at a reign as the heavyweight champion. Because I'm noticing you. I'm seeing you. Because, you know, I have a spot opening for the heavyweight title. Second place, my silver medal goes to... My own dogs are getting upset at that now. S.A. Big Dog! Sup, D? Welcome to the show. Always there, barking with a R8RBEAR. Third place, my bronze medal goes to John the Lion! Leon! Always catching L's, but never taking losses. John the Lion Leon. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. Have you got those shirts printed yet that say, you know, always taking L's but never taking losses? When you get those shirts printed up, I'll take two. Appreciate you all checking in on Facebook and then YouTube. That was my YouTube peoples. Honorable mention goes out to Princetta Walker and her awesome husband, James. And now, Facebook. Oh, I'm getting the goosebumps about the rivalry that's happening here on Facebook. First place, gold medal, numero uno, el jefe, Carlos Boy Kid. Oh yeah, you get a long one tonight. And Carlos, what's up, man? Look at you. We may have to talk about the medal up in his Facebook as well. Oh, the belt, I mean. Second place, silver medal. That silver-tongued son of a gun, Lucky Pace. See, I only said Lucky that time. I didn't say Luck-Eye, although I still favor Luck-Eye. Lucky'll do, you know. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. Third place, my bronze medal, last but not least, Steven and Mrs. Shaw. Shaw! What's up, man? Welcome to the show. Hi, love. And, Steven, I have something else I'm trying to remember. I'm probably going, no. Tomorrow's Thursday. I'm going Friday, but I have something I'm sending you. Okay. And, an honorable mention goes out to Chris Strong and Vicky Ginn. Hi, Vicky. I'm sure you heard me, Vicky. I'm going Friday. Okay, so what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Appreciate you tuning in. We got some stuff to discuss and some stuff not to discuss. Tommy, what's up, man? Welcome to the show. Tony, make it dip. I see you there. Corinna Trill, hello. Like Corinna Trill is like one of my benefactors on the show. She reminds me all the time. Remember, when you hear this sound, that's for stars contributed to the show. We really appreciate that because it helps us do our show, and it helps us help people all over the world. We do not just help people in the United States. We help people all over the planet, and we give and give and give, and we've been doing a great job, and we've been doing it all in the name of Raider Nation, who's been able to help us do quite a few crazy, great things. And I really appreciate you guys. So welcome to the show. Okay, now first and foremost, let me just show this to you because I do have a package tonight for you guys. It's pretty cool. I'm calling it another one of my auto packages. Now, the reason why I like this one is because it comes in two pieces. You have the really cool Raiders logo. It's got the kind of really super bond 3M tape on the back. And then I found this just dope Raiders, and I want you to look closely and tell me when you've seen one like that. It's got a leather band. It comes with a tool to adjust it so it can't come off. It's all solid steel. It's got the logo in there twice, once in the steel and the hilt, and then again in the leather. I love this. I ordered a second one. I thought it would be nice, but I didn't think it would be this nice. So you guys will actually get yours before I'll get mine. But here it is. Tonight, to the contributor of the most stars tonight, will go this intense little car package. And I have something else I can throw in there as I like to throw a little surprise stuff in there. Sometimes it's patches, sometimes it's stickers, sometimes it's both, sometimes it's this, sometimes I'll throw a hat in there. Who knows? So, anyway, let's do this. So, first and foremost, we signed all of our coaches today. All of our needs were taken care of. So, pretty good to know that. So, let's see. February. The Senior Bowl was on the 1st. The Pro Bowl game was on the 2nd, February 9th. And let's see, February 18th, the first day the clubs can designate franchise or transition players. Everyone hear that? February 18th will be the first day that the clubs can designate franchise or transitional players. That's franchise players or transitional players. Now, the reason why that's important is because it's just the week before the Combine. The NFL Scouting Combine is on February 24th and goes on through to March the 3rd. I think that's 3 days, something roughly around that. But the crazy part is that because the franchise and transitional players will be chosen, we have an idea of where they may move in the draft. It's a subtle way of saying it without saying it, just by the decisions you make. Okay, and then let's see. We also have on Raiders Wire, they're talking about the NFL insiders gave high marks for the Raiders. Pete Carroll's hire. In other words, we're being complimented by the rest of the league for a change in the Raiders bringing in Carroll and how that's went down. And then the press was impressed by Carroll because they've seen him in Seattle. They've seen his, act all this time. So it's not like they don't know the guy. But what they appreciated was he came through the door with that gleam in his eye, that sparkle that you have when you're first getting somewhere and it's a new fire lit. But when you say a new fire lit in a person that's that age, I think it carries more weight. I think it's a little bit more important. because you know it means something to him. He's thinking to himself like a Western gunslinger, this is my last ride, so I've got to get this right or I may never have another opportunity. And now, without further ado, I would like to introduce to you that woman that needs no introduction, but still has one of the best in the business, that red-headed lady of rage. Oh, hold on, she already left the room. I'm kidding. Mama Bear, get over here. And now you have to stop breaking this thing where your intro is longer than how long you're actually on camera.
Well, I just wanted to show you.
It's insulting to the guests.
Oh,
what?
I wanted to show you something really quick before it goes away.
All right.
It's a Philadelphia Eagles fan at the Super Bowl, and she has a voodoo doll of Patrick Mahomes, and she's stabbing it over and over and over again to the game with the needle.
That's awesome. She looks like she's literally praying while she's doing it. There's a woman, and she's sitting in the audience, and she's stabbing over and over again. Tip it down just a little bit. There you go, to get the light off it a little bit.
She's stabbing Patrick Mahomes' voodoo doll. Sorry, I saw that.
That's funny. No, that's funny. I didn't see it. No, anything like that, you're welcome to always bring that to my attention. All right, just go ahead and say hi to Corinna, because you know she's writing, hi, Mama Bear, right now.
Hi, Corinna.
Vicky Ginn is writing it, I'm sure. Troy Gill, I know he will. I Spy with My Little Eye. Niner Beto sneaking in on a real show. Don't get me started. What's up, Niner Beto? Good to see you, brother. Eric Bell, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. R8RBEAR, I will message you regarding the auction item I won so you could get it mailed. Good job, Corinna. I appreciate that. Walter Ross Sr., wow. All friend R8RBEAR, how you been doing? What's up, Walter Ross? Corinna, Steven, Corinna! Oh, one more Steven. Steven! I'll catch up, I swear. Let's see. Bear, what's up with this BS that Carr should come back to Las Vegas? Brandon, welcome to the show, brother. And I would say this to you. What that BS is, and I know, I mean, the term clickbait gets overused now, so I try not to do that. I try to more explain what's happening. You just have a lot of jackwagon, backwards, shut your mouth reporters that are lame. And so when they see low-hanging fruit, and it's just a simple story, because anytime you want, you could say, what about a reunion with the Raiders? Let's say right now he leaves the Saints, okay? And let's say, like, fast forward, I'm saying, like, if it were right now. And let's say he goes to the Buccaneers, okay? Or maybe they bring him to the Eagles to be a backup, you know, that kind of thing. Maybe he goes to our rival. Maybe he asks his way onto the Broncos. Who knows? Wherever that next team is, when he's getting ready to leave that team, and they're even implying that he might go somewhere else a third time, it'll be us again. You know what I mean? Maybe he can have a reunion, a coming home of Derek Carr. Try to remember I said that, okay? Because I promise you will belly laugh when the report comes out and they say it just like that. Could there be a coming home of Derek Carr? Raider Nation waits with bated breath. No, we don't. We don't bait breath, by the way. What does that even mean? Jesse Parker, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Always there for a R8RBEAR. Niner Pedo, you say that like you're saying something. Everyone would trade for Max Crosby. Everyone. And all of them would give up their first round pick. There isn't a team in the first round that wouldn't give us their first round pick. It doesn't matter where on the board they are. If we said we'll give you Max, they would go, here. They would run to give us that pick. You know what's up. Larry Brooks Jr., what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Okay, so moving forward, I liked what we were getting into there, because I was talking about Pete Carroll and the ups that the league is giving us basically props for how we did. Oh, well, okay, let me just read this. It says the Las Vegas Raiders are, nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. No, that's not it. Well, okay, there's speculation that we're going to lose one of our guys to free agency. Now, that's not really news either, because we probably will. It's just the difference is it will probably be someone that we're really not that like, oh no. For example, we'll probably lose Adam Butler. We could lose Amir Abdullah. Probably not necessarily going to re-sign those guys. Divine Diablo is on that list. He's an unrestricted free agent. So it's going to get interesting. You know what I mean? Malcolm Kuntz, to me, might as well, he's gone. Let's see. They'll probably hang on to Andrus Peat. He played well, the offensive lineman. Alexander Madison, he's probably gone, because they'll be able to find another running back. If they don't go into the draft and go high like they were talking about with the kid from Boise State. So we'll see. But you're hearing a lot about Trayvon Merrick. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think the Trayvon Merrick concerns is also clickbait. But and my argument for that is we have $100 million in cap space. It would cost us $15 million a season to sign Trey Merrick. That's not even top 10 among highest paid safeties. That's not even top. Well, it may be top 10. It's not top 5. I know that. It's not top 5. And, I don't know that he would deserve top 5. He is good, and he is up and coming. And he did have the best season of his career, in my opinion, last season. I mean, he was a lot better. Now, a lot of you may not have noticed it, because he had those kind of plays that you don't see on the stat board, where he runs and just deflects a pass or undercuts a pass to where the quarterback now hesitates, doesn't throw it, and ends up getting sacked. But he wouldn't have gotten sacked had Trayvon Merrick not played that lane. Do you see what I'm saying? He does a lot of things like that you can't necessarily see in the stat room, but when you watch the video and you focus on him and just watch him play, you see it. And I did that, and I was surprised. He covers up a lot of mistakes for us. He really does. Raging Raider Rhino. What's up, little brother? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR. Mwah to the daughter. Mwah to the love. Hi, ladies. Hope the wife and the girl our little girl are doing well. I think I know this stranger. When you're ready to book a Rhino show. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Okay, don't talk junk to me. Hold on a second. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not it. Oh, darn it. Hold on. I was going to do it so fast, and then I messed it up. No one's shocked about that. I know. Okay, right there. Okay, I just posted my StreamYard invite thing. So, Raging Raider Rhino, if you can, come on in. Chip Kelly, his first year in Philly, got 10 wins. His offense averaged 26 points. He was third in rushing, 131 yards per game, ranked fourth. Eric Bell, we're on the same page. I really like Chip Kelly. Now, had they said they were bringing in Chip Kelly to be a head coach, I would have had pause, because we've already seen him try to do that, and it went average at best. You know what I mean? It went average at best. So I can't really say if I know that I would be okay with that. Oh, sorry. I thought that was something else. Put that right there. Okay. So Trayvon Merrick, probably going to get paid. I don't really see the point in letting him go to try to find another guy that plays as well as him when you can pay him what he's asking for. I mean, to me, that's not really paying too much. So I would pay it. Matt Marinovich, no car. You sound like the Hulk saying it because you put it in all capitals. No car. Car, no. We smash car. I must have one. Only one of those garlic meatball biscuits. Those were so good. The next rumor is going to be that we're bringing back Kerry Collins and Vince Evans, right? I'd rather have Jameis Winston than Carr. Well, Matt Marinovich, that's because at this point in their careers, Jameis Winston is better. I would honestly argue that Jameis Winston has gotten better. And I don't like that guy. And he was a clown as far as I was concerned. But the more you see him get minutes, you see less mistakes. You still see that rocket arm. You still see the confidence in himself that he can throw the ball through 3 guys 40 yards. And he means it. He really does. All right. Let me see what else we have here. Anna Diaz Rincon. Hi, love. Sam Darnold plus 200. Matthew Stafford plus 300. Justin Fields 4. Daniel Jones 5. Daniel Milrow 600. Betting odds. Oh, okay, Reyes Antonio. Thank you. Ooh, whoops. Okay, there we go. Let me see. I'll call you later during the week regarding your overlay. I just want to go home from business. Oh no, Niner Beto, I appreciate that, brother. You don't have to explain yourself. Just when you have time. Even Shaw. Tim Garrigus. Should we take the best defensive player available and go after Arch Manning next year? Ooh. Okay. Tim Garrigus, great question. And I would say to you this, brother. First, I like Baby Blue, looking good. And I would say there's a lot of pressure on this staff to go with one of these quarterbacks. Because there are a lot of scouts that are flat out saying that it's legit. You know what I mean? In other words, there are quarterbacks that are going to come in this draft that can really play. You know what I mean? There's people that are coming into this that can really play. And I think that there's a good chance that they will go with Shedeur Sanders. I don't think that there's going to be all this hoopla. I think that Cam Ward is going to go first. I think then a couple of defensive picks are probably going to happen. And then Shedeur Sanders is probably going to be sitting there. Because I don't think there's too many teams that really feel like you need to pay top dollar to get that guy. You know what I mean? I don't see that. Eric Bell, I know Kuntz is gone. Merrick, I don't think so. And when I say I know, I mean I don't really know. I'm just saying if I were a gambling man, I would gamble on that. Yeah, Matt, Carr is too inconsistent. And, I mean, I can't really say that Jameis Winston's more consistent, but I think that he's a little bit more aggressive. Explain Jalen Carter not picking. I understand why, but we consider at the time always great show, Bear. Anthony Acosta, great picture, bro. I would say this to you, man. The image that he had coming into the league gave a lot of teams pause. It wasn't just us. You know what I mean? That's why he fell to a team like the Eagles. There were other teams that had a shot at him. We weren't the only ones, but at the same time, you know, does it hurt looking back? Yeah, I mean, the guy ended up being a hell of a baller. Had we had him, you know, who knows how other things might have worked out. Maybe we may not have ended up with Max, or did we have Max after or before him, blah, blah. But you get what I'm saying. But, you know, I don't like to look back on stuff like that, you know what I mean? Because we could do that with so many guys. Oh, remember, we could have got this guy and this guy. So, not that your question's moot. It's, you know, your question's cool. It's just, how do I say this? I don't think it helps anything to dwell on whether or not we were right about a pick we might have missed. What do you think about Sanders falling in the mock draft? Brandon, you're getting at what I'm talking about. I'm hearing more scouts now are starting to basically stop BSing, and they're starting to say, well, some of his decision-making is questionable. Well, he showed some issues with competing with college teams that used pro defenses, but really were good. And you run up against a pro defense in that situation, you take a chance that you're not going to be good. But he wasn't good. He didn't figure it out, and that's one of the things that's making him drop. Okay, I thought I saw today we may lose Spillane. It said teams were trying to sign him. Jim, I got to tell you, if we lose him, it wouldn't surprise me. We have a history of losing guys at middle linebacker. I'm sure you remember Navarro Bowman and that guy Riley Jr. And then they were great. They played great football. And then we went bye and just let them go. And I don't know, because I used to say that middle linebacker is one of those positions that you want a dog. You want a guy that can really, lead your guys. Now, Spillane is that guy, and Navarro Bowman was that guy. We've had him, but for whatever reason, they keep saying, nope, not good enough. Nope, not good enough. I don't know if maybe they're looking for a Ray Lewis type. I don't know. But I'm hoping they find someone that they really want to sit on, because I personally like Spillane. I don't understand why he has to be even more dynamic. Right on, Raging Rhino. Love you, brother. We'll talk more. What is our cap situation if we factor in signing every free agent on our team? Ramiro Cashflow Castro, welcome to the show. I would say to you, our cap space is a little over $100 million now. At one point, we were at $98 million, and we had the second most cap space. I think some of the other teams made moves, so we may actually have the most cap space now. I know we're close, but yeah. So we got to do some other moves, and then hopefully there will be, because we got to do some other moves. Like for example, let's make tough calls. Okay, let's make tough calls right now. You can only keep Spillane or Merrick, safety or middle linebacker. Who do you stay with? See, to me, that's a tough call. I don't really feel like either guy has really demolished the other guy with his level of play. I think that they've both been good. They both deserve a contract. But could I say one is significantly better than the other? No. Well, not necessarily not better, but I think Trayvon Merrick is better. I think he's more athletic. Yeah, I think he can do more things. But then Spillane's position importance and what he does filling the gap and bringing down running backs, to me, it's just as important. So that'd be tough. Steven Shaw! Nisi Tweet Thomas, what's up, love? Welcome to the show. Always good to see you, and your grandbabies are so beautiful. Okay, now real quick, I just want to remind everyone that my little TV car package is up tonight. It's pretty cool. It's got a little toolkit that comes with this sweet keychain. I've never seen one that had a tool that comes with it. It's just pretty cool. It's a leather band. It's got the logo, and then, of course, the 3M car logo. If you don't have one, you'll have one tonight. To the contributor of the most stars will go those two fine items. And something else I'm going to just throw in there. What's up, Bob? Always there for R8R Bear. Chris Strong. I'd be down with Matt Stafford on a free agent deal. Tim, that's not. Who was it? The Giants, I think, hired his brother. And forgive me if I'm wrong. I know it's one of the teams that's looking for a quarterback, and they're trying to pave the path for him because he can choose. He's free. But I got to think it was the Giants. I think it was the Giants. Because there's people that would be interested in that. I mean, I would look at Matt Stafford because you got to remember he's the perfect fit. He's a veteran. And he knows he's not going to play for 5 more years. I don't know if you guys have seen his wife and his home and his life. I mean, the guy he's ready to kick his feet up and have a cup of coffee in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Just watch his wife look beautiful. And, I've seen the commercials with him talking and sitting with her, and I'm just like, that guy's he's got one foot out the door. So wherever he goes, he really is probably only going to be interested in signing like a 3-year deal. It'll be a 2-year deal with an option on a third if he wants to keep going, that kind of thing. But he won't. He's done enough. He's been in the league. He's won his respect. He's got his ring. I can't see him going much further. It's good to have you, Tim. Vicky, I don't think we'll lose Spillane. I really don't. Brandon, anytime, brother. Let's see. I'm torn between giving AOC another year and drafting a quarterback. What do you think? Well, Nicholas, if you think like the Raiders, okay, what would the Raiders in our past life do? right? And all these years back, they would treat AOC as, you're the veteran. This is your third year. We're going to clear the deck for you. Go out there and win the job. Because when you and I watched football way back, that's kind of how it worked. Even if the guy didn't look like he was working out, you gave him a year as a rookie, usually to sit, okay? Because, back in the day, guys at playing pro quarterback, they were 33, 35. You know what I mean? You wanted men, not a guy 24, 27. No offense against anyone that age, but they just, the maturity level, it's different. It doesn't mean that if you took Josh Allen and you could right now make him 34, he wouldn't have all these playoff losses and all these mistakes and all that. But see, he's learning all that now the painful way, and so he'll get it right, but he'll either get it right with Buffalo, and if they're smart and they give him his next contract, because then he'll clear the deck. He'll start winning rings. I think he will. But this is a crucial point in his career. If they don't do it now and he ends up going somewhere else, it probably doesn't happen, because then you have to get the chemistry with the team and the coach and the positions, and free agency doesn't chip away at what you have, and blah, 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 blah. But I think the Raiders, in this instance, I think that would be smart. I don't know why you have to go out and find Russell Wilson or get some other guy, Jameis Winston. These are guys that have been rumored. Sam Darnold, and I'm on board with the Sam Darnold thing. To me, he, again, like Matthew Stafford, perfect fit. You don't have to give him this long-term deal. Even though I know he's going to ask for one, he's going to want a 4 or 5 year deal. He wants to sit down. But to be honest with you, I'm hesitant. I mean, Stafford's looked really good. Sam Darnold has looked really good. He's looked really good. And he's went through war. He's been through multiple teams. He's been called a bust. We've made fun of him the first 2, 3, 4 years of his career. Look at him now. I love the fact that he just went, I've been knocked down, but now I'm going to get up and let's do this. See, to me, that's the best kind of guy to have. Doesn't matter what the position is. I like guys that got knocked down, get up and show you something. What is Pete Carroll? Pete Carroll's first opportunity in the NFL, what happened? He got butts put in him, okay? He was knocked down. He didn't have success. He went back down to college. What did he do? Then he dusted himself off, dominated college for who knows how. It was an incredibly long time. He was literally El Jefe of college football. And then as soon as a scandal was about to get him in trouble, where's the keys to my Corvette? He was out. Came to the pros, and then won a Super Bowl with the Seahawks. People, I know the Legion of Doom was cool. I know that Seattle team was fun to watch. Marshawn Lynch, a little bit of Oakland there. See, that's why I forgive all Raider fans. If you enjoyed the run that Seattle was on, Marshawn Lynch, dude, was born and raised in Oakland, okay? We were kind of living through what was happening through Marshawn Lynch. That's all. That's all. And that's why he came to us. That was the next team he went to. Seahawks, Raiders. Where'd Pete Carroll go? Raiders. You see, there's karma here. Okay? How many of you heard someone go, Raiders, during Pete Carroll's very first introduction, and you know who the hell that was? No, it wasn't me. It was Marshawn Lynch. It was that dude. I love that. My first time hearing the Bear was when we had Richie Incognito when I was still living in San Francisco in enemy territory. Still going strong. You know this, sir. Let me see here. Oh, Cabrera, Steven. You two, this is beginning to be somewhat of a rivalry. Bless. We appreciate you. I didn't want to just joke about it. Yeah, I like Spillane too, Nicholas, but God, that's a tough one. I just feel like if you keep Spillane and you let Merrick go, now you have to find another captain in the backfield. Whereas, what would you say is easier to find? I'll give it to the audience. Anyone can answer this question. What do you think would be easier to find? a solid middle linebacker, not a star necessarily, but if you just had to go out there, draft, free agency, whatever, and just find a guy, would you feel like you'd have greater success finding a guy at linebacker or at safety? I just want your opinion. I'm just going to throw mine out there without explaining it. I think it would be harder to find a good safety. I think there's a lot of guys that you can move to middle linebacker that can be thumpers. And even if they're not necessarily as keen, because you do need a middle linebacker that, you can't have you got to have a guy who can, you like that? You need a guy that can come in, understand what's going on, and, and play hard. I no longer believe that Tommy is a child. He could not have written that comment. There's no way. Tommy, you're 27, right? Wait a minute, 33? I no longer believe that Tommy's a toddler. It's not true. It's not. I refuse to believe that anymore. Mr. R8RBEAR, just for fun, are you going to put butts in Mr. Moody God, I hope Gil Moody's watching. Are you going to put butts into Mr. Moody the next time he comes on your show? It's going to take him a little while, Tommy. He's one of those guys that he's such a massive KC fan that this will hurt like he lost a family member for a little while. He don't want to talk to me. If I reach out to him, he'll read it and he'll ignore me. And it works. I stop messing with him, John the Lion. What do I think of Carter Bradley? I like Carter Bradley. He's got the prototypical, NFL body. You and I have talked about him a few times. I like him. I don't know if he's ever going to be anybody. Because the structure, the way the NFL is structured, the tier of where you put players has so much more to do now with where you're scouted, where you're drafted, and how much money you're making with the team. And so, like, for example, Carter Bradley is a guy that's had to claw and scratch and dig and fight for every opportunity. The NFL doesn't like to give guys like that an opportunity because that story isn't sexy. It isn't a cool story that reflects well on the player and the team unless it works out. If it works out, then you tell that story. See, and that's the problem. They're not going to take risks on guy who, worked really hard. He was a bartender and he delivered food, with Uber Eats and whatever else. And now he's, going to mini camps trying to win a job. That's cool. Good for a Disney movie. But you have to be so good. You have to be so good to even get an opportunity at the NFL level, let alone at quarterback. You know what I mean? And think of how stupid a coach would look. You're putting your reputation, your resume on the line every time you make a decision because every coach is hired to get fired. There is no lifetime deal. You get a few years, you win or you lose, and then you're out. And it usually happens so quickly that you're not ready to retire. Now, in Pete Carroll's sense, that's different. He's older, he could retire. But most coaches don't want to do that. So if you're going to take a job somewhere else, how are you going to get it if you make a decision where you brought in the first round Shedeur Sanders? But you know what? Carter Bradley outplayed him in camp. It sounds ridiculous to say, even though it's really not that, maybe he does. Maybe Carter Bradley would be more accurate, would throw a better ball, and he still wouldn't get the job. And so what do I think of Carter Bradley? I think he's a nice kid that's probably never going to get a job. I want famous Jameis. If we can draft Ward or Sanders, he's too big of a cap-friendly hit to pass up. Way more bang for the buck than any other free agent. Then we can get T.J. McMillan, then get defensive needs too. And stuff. Okay, now, Lucky, I've said it many times. I'll say it again. Your comments are solid. I agree with almost everything you're saying. The only thing about the Ward and Sanders thing, if, say, both those guys were gone, okay, let's say someone moves up to 1. Let's say there's a shocker, and the Cleveland Browns move up to 1, and they take Ward. Okay? And then let's say at wherever the Giants pick, they take Shedeur Sanders. And we're left with picking Jackson Dart or Daniels or Jaden Daniels or Gabriel, whatever. And one of these guys. And do you trade down? Or do you just go ahead and, bite the bullet, swallow that son of a gun, and go with the best player available, whether it's offense or defense? You know what I mean? I realize we need a quarterback. We do. Okay? But that doesn't mean the answer has to be solved by the draft. It's just we get so excited because we see these kids and we hear all the commercials. We see all the commercials. We see ESPN day after day telling us how important you've got to get that 24-year-old for the future. All of that makes this assumption that every one of those 24-year-olds is going to come right out just because we say they're first-round picks and be stars. And year after year after decade, we see that that's not the case. It's never changed. Let's see, 5 or 6 probably of these quarterbacks they picked probably will avail to nothing. So, would I be glad if we got a guy like Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders? Of course. Okay? But I would be just as happy if they took the best defensive end and paired him up with Max and said, Max, we're bringing you more help because you're our guy. And we're going to show you the same way you show quarterbacks by bringing in a great wide receiver or a great running back or a great tackle. Show Max you're serious. That is the franchise. That is your heartbeat. The best guy on the roster right now. Now. Not in 6 months. Not 6 months ago. Now. Get him help. You've paid him. We know you're going to pay him again. Okay. But let's not Khalil Mack him and waste his career while he's sitting on the other side of the line showing everyone on the planet that he would be the best in the business if he just had a guy on his right shoulder that had a heartbeat and some cojones, excuse my language, and would run guys down so hard they get wet from sweat, and then you put your boot in their chest and walk it dry. I'm not playing. I want to win. But I don't care who they pick. I'm tired of, it's got to be this, got to be that. No, it doesn't have to be anything. It doesn't have to be anything but a good pick. It has to be that. I'll give you that. It has to be a good pick. But whether it's a QB or a D-end or a tackle, I don't care. I just felt like having a riot. We should go get Tua or Cousins. Pun intended. I don't like Tua. I think Tua is a hit from being out of the league. And when I say that, I say it with respect. I'm not saying it'll be because of his body. I'm saying the league will want him out. Because they're trying to use him as we're protective of CTE. We don't want our players to get hurt. Right. Yeah, okay. Sure. Travis Kelly, seen where Max Crosby is lobbying for Aaron Rodgers to come for a year, Bear. Okay, first, Travis, can we agree that he's done this before and it hasn't really done anything? You know what I mean? He didn't really get his way until AP, and then we see how that worked out. That's not his fault, but I'm not ready to relinquish who we should be bringing in to Max Crosby. Love the guy. His mom and dad are awesome. I've met him twice. They're awesome people. But no. Now, as far as Aaron, I don't want to hear it. And Travis Kelly has just the kind of sense of humor that he remembers me saying that on my last show. I want nothing, and I mean nothing, to do with Aaron and his ayahuasca smoking and his dark room retreats and his 5th fiance in 5 years. Look it up, it's true. And when his parents' house burned down in Paradise, California, you know how many times he called to see how they were doing? 0! Facts! Google it! You know it's true because it came out of my face. AI got rid of Stabler and got Dan Pastorini. Pastorini got injured twice and back up, yeah. R8RBEAR, now that we have all of the coaching staff hired, will they focus on Crosby's contract? First, no, they will not. Now, the reason they won't is because they have a lot of things in front of them that are very crucial, that have more to do with them focusing on the war room, on going through video on picks, which they're doing daily, figuring out who you're going to do and what you're going to do with, at what position, through the draft, through the free agency, and try to meld those things to where you fill your gaps before the season even starts. And then once you get to UDFAs, undrafted free agents, you're just looking for guys to put a little cherry on top of what's already finished. Now, in this instance, the reason I say all that is because they're going to look at Crosby and say, you're getting your money. We're going to pay you what you want. We already know what your contract is, and we already know what your agent wants. You're going to get that. But we're asking you to give us time, ignore these other teams that are trying to entice you, because we would match anything they try to offer you anyway. You see what I'm saying? I say that to you without blinking. I don't have any pause saying that. And I do. I usually will have pause unless I have facts. And right now I don't necessarily have facts. Other than I met his mom and dad. And their words to me were, he wants to always be a Raider. And I said, well, wait a minute now. What he wants and what he'll do can be different things. Will he always try to remain a Raider so long as we're trying to pay the man? And they said, yes, Bear. I'm just kidding. That's in my dreams. I would never have that kind of conversation with them. What are you talking about? I have met his mom and dad. They're great people. We drank together, but we did not talk about football contracts. I was just kidding. I got the impression, though. I feel like I got the impression, though, from the conversation that we had. And there was a statement made that he loves being a Raider. So, you know. And you don't say that. If she had any apprehension, she might say, yeah, he's very happy in the NFL. Something like that, you know. But instead she said, no, he's very happy with the Raiders. Rodgers needs to sit in a dark room and shroom out until he figures out if he wants to be a decent quarterback. I don't know if he can be anymore. I've been saying Sam Darnold before he went to the Niners. Yeah, but John, I wasn't paying attention to Sam Darnold. All I knew was his reports I'd seen with him on highlights that he was starting to improve. And then when I would tune in and watch, I was seeing his improvement. His footwork got better. He's no longer doing the tapping feet. He does his stance. He gets to where he's supposed to be. He doesn't let the defensive line jitter him. I was impressed. He looks like a different Sam Darnold. I don't know what necessarily clicked, but something clicked. And it's not, I don't know if it's at home because he's been married. You know what I mean? He's got a beautiful wife. He's doing great. So I don't know what it was, but something clicked, and he just been better. I think they should give him a shot, hopefully injury-free year, and see what he's got. I know you mean at AOC. Honestly, Nick, I shouldn't shorten your name, Nicholas, but I just say Nick out of, compadre-ship. But I would say it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen with AOC. I mean, they have him under contract, so they'll probably just move him to the number 2 or the number 3 position. They'll probably let go of Carter Bradley, and then they'll go out and they'll sign one of these guys in free agency. There's just, in my opinion, if you want an answer to something, look at how hard the press is working on it. For the press to be working this hard about the fact that, they're going to have to sign a guy at quarterback. They got to sign a veteran and then go for someone in the draft. There's too much talk about the specificity, though, of getting an older, mature, accomplished starter, because Pete Carroll wants to win games and hit the ground running. And I think if you were ever going to try to do that and believe that you could do it, it's with a guy like that. Pete Carroll's going to do it. Romero Castro, I agree. I would just sign them both. Reyes Antonio, that Seahawk team was really good. And to be honest with you, he should have had 2 rings. And moreover, it's the Seahawks. The Seahawks, guys. He made the Seahawks not good, legendary. There was no one that did not like that defense. Everyone loved that defense. It was just fun to watch. Guys and girls love great defense. And they were great. And then they finished it and won a Super Bowl. You see what I'm saying? When you do all those things in Seattle, I just thought that to me was what was a towering achievement. Will Nanoff says safety. Okay. Matt Marinovich, I like Eichenberg. So the auction tonight, I really, really want that. I don't know if Steven Shaw cares, Corinna. He's a nice guy, but I don't know if he cares about that. Nicholas Meda said safety. Okay. We can get Javon Holland from free agency. Matt Marinovich, I like Javon Holland. I think that could be, if the price is right, I would say yeah. Yeah, Tim. I try to do that. I try to, I think that's what's the difference with my show and a lot of other shows. I've always told people, no matter how big I get, I'll never go away from being able to talk directly to Raider Nation. So if I got offered a job at ESPN or anything like that, I would have, restrictions. I would want to do that kind of thing. But I noticed Pat McAfee does something similar. It's not the same, but it's similar. And so I probably could do the show now, in that market, because they're so desperate to get good entertainers and good shows back on TV for sports, because they're getting their butts kicked right now. I'm live on both. I'm not sure. I've never actually. Nisi Tweet Thomas, forgive me. I've never bought stars. As weird as that sounds, I've never had an occasion to do it. I've given to things online and that kind of thing, but I've just never done it that way. I've always done it through Zelle and Cash App and stuff like that. I've never actually used it. Let's see. That's a big statement. Jameis Winston, the Mad Bomber 2.0. Easy there, big fella. Okay, going comparing guys to legends. What's happening, little buddy? My guy, Winchy. What's up, Winchy? Welcome to the show. Putting foots in you, Winchy. Where have you been? No, it's good putting foots in you. I'm mad at you because you haven't been on the show lately. Steeler Val, this comment on my screen is for you. That is from Bob Stannard. He wants to take care of little Tom, because I told him if he has that Eagle sign, I couldn't think of anyone better to give it to. Chip Kelly was a coach in college when Carter Bradley played, so I'm sure he scouted him. He might have a chance. I'd rather have Bradley over AOC at quarterback number 2. John, I get that, but there actually was mention of another quarterback that we're supposed to be looking at. Forgive me, I don't remember his name because I didn't think this subject would come up. But Chip Kelly does have the other quarterback that he was with that there's, rumor that maybe we go after him. Because whether you like Chip Kelly's last quarterback in college or not, what you have to know is his chemistry with Chip is going to be spot on. And so they would very easily be able to put something together that could move the ball and be great. And maybe he would end up making him into a great quarterback where maybe he wouldn't have been had he not gotten a chance with Chip Kelly. That Super Bowl was so great, by the way, watching Kermit running around and getting buried. Yes! I am the biggest Taylor Swift fan you all will ever meet. Oof. I don't know if I'd have mentioned that to anybody. Mr. Raider Bear, Mommy stopped calling me her little boy and now calls me her little man. I'll be 12 in March. Would I be allowed to put butts in Mr. Moody too? No, Tommy, you can't put a foot in him. I want you to put both. Whatever size shoe you wear, I want you to put both in him. Marcus Wahlberg, baby. Eagle movie, flipping burgers and catching touchdowns. That was your wife's message? I don't believe you, Bob. Casey can do no wrong on this show, okay? Don't try to flim-flam, Casey, okay? We're on to you, Bob. You be a good husband. Yeah, Nicholas Max does need a ring. Mark Vargas, they're talking about trading up. That doesn't mean we are. I appreciate that you think we are. I mean, it could happen, and you'll be right. But I'm just not holding on to my breath. We'll see. I don't know if even the Raiders really value one or the other over the other. I really don't see that. I really don't. You can listen to all the flim-flamming and back and forth, but until I see it, draft day, then we can talk. You know me, I do a draft show. We'll talk about it, Bob. But I'm starting to get the impression they're just going to take who they get at 6, and if the guys that they're interested are gone, they're going to take the best player available and trade down. And it's going to be boring. We're going to be all pissed. We would rather they did something, or they'll do something we see come way out of left field and they get the best linebacker or something crazy. I don't know. We'll see. Hard from Sweat was a wild pause statement, Bear. Stephen Shaw, the Raiders do need a Super Bowl. We really do. And I couldn't help but laugh, though, hysterically when I heard Dak Prescott this morning go, "Now we're next." No, wait. Is that the real Dak Prescott? That's not AI or anything? Really? He said that with a straight face? They're this close to a rebuild. What are you talking about? They can't even get the Dallas players out of the hot tub long enough to stop drinking Perrier water and flirt with chicks in the locker room before they go out and put on their uniforms and sort of play a little football. That is the most spoiled franchise, with a grandpa acting like every one of his players is one of his children. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Having said that, Al Davis did the same thing there toward the end, but and the greatness of the Raiders. No, I love that man. Nobody wants Rodgers, Nicholas Maida. Didn't you hear my joke earlier? He's on his 5th fiance. Oh, you meant as a football player. Yeah, no, they don't want that either. Max said he wouldn't be mad if the Raiders got Rodgers, not really lobbying. Yeah, no, that's because you have to kick the tires on it. It's an old saying. It just means basically you have to investigate it. It wouldn't be good business not to at least look at it. It just wouldn't. You know what I mean? But it's just not. I don't think, to me, timing is everything, okay? For example, it's not just who he is. Let's take the drugs and the silent room retreats and the 5 fiancés and all that. No, keep the 5 fiancé one. But let's put all the other stuff to bed, okay? All the other stuff. And you say Aaron Rodgers or Matthew Stafford. Who do you want? No, slow down. Don't start shouting Matthew Stafford quite so fast. I mean, obviously, Matthew Stafford. And it doesn't even matter. Let's try to remember. Matthew Stafford had a tough career, got banged around, hung in there, won a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers spent 4 years on a bench because they had a Hall of Fame quarterback that had a all-star Super Bowl level team around him. Then Aaron Rodgers got that team and immediately won a Super Bowl because the team around him carried him to a Super Bowl. Now, there's no shame in that, and I'm not saying that as a knock on him. But what I am saying is that everything he's done since that Super Bowl has amounted to a mound of or sensor sound like beep, because I'm cussing. Amount of dinosaur dung. Nothing. Zip. Alexa, resume. All right, that's my show. Much love. Shout out to our armed forces. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Space Force. For all you do. Woo! The energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice. Active and veteran, much love. All right, look. Stephen Shaw, Corinna, and whoever else. Wait, Alexa, rewind this song 60 seconds. Let's see if she does it.
I cannot rewind this.
What is that? Alexa, start this song from the beginning.
Restarting a song is only available with
You son of a monkey. Alexa, play Hide by NASA.
Hide.
Yeah, you're going to do it one way or the other, okay, woman? Stop arguing with me. You know they listen. You know they listen. I don't know if it's the government or secret agents or who knows what, but you know they listen, okay? So that's why I give shit. I put butts in them. Each and every opportunity I get. Woo! I go on there and I activate her and I'll say, hey, is there a way I can complain about my driver? And it just goes boop boop. But if I say I want to thank him, oh yeah, really? Okay, we'll give him a little message for you. What if he sucks? Did I say that? Boop boop. That's all you get. Doesn't even tell you no. It just gives you a boo boop. Who had the last bid? Corinna! Steven! Corinna, you never should have said that, because now he's like in a chesty battle with you. Steven Shaw! No, I'm not going to play the whole song, even though it is 9 now. I'm not playing the whole song. I was just going to give you another moment to get that last bid in, Corinna. Quick, Corinna. As soon as you get in your next bid, Corinna, I'll shut the show down. We're going to humble Steven Shaw. I really don't know. No, you won the last one, Corinna. You need to let him win this one. I guarantee you I'll get another one of those, though. I'll get another one of those. I'll do that package again. Maybe I'll do that package, but I'll do it with the keychain. I'll do the keychain and the car logo and the license plate. I'll do that on the next one. Corinna True! Hello! Okay, now see, Corinna, he's typing right now. Okay, I'm gonna go. Okay, really gonna